Hurry.
Yeah. I know, hurry. Gotta tell Charlotte.
Okay, just learn.
Thank you. And there you go, Jim.
There you got it?
Local marchers, Ms. Stout, Ms. Valencia, where are you guys? How about a big round of applause for our Stout, Valencia, and Mrs. Stout as well. Cruz. And how about a really warm welcome to our marchers who've come all the way from Bakersfield. Well, for those who don't know, my name is Alex Bauer. I am a proud employee of this district. It takes great pride in working here. I enjoy my work here, but I'm also president of the Local 2219. So let's give it up to all the local members out there. And I also want to welcome all the other people who took time out of their lives, the students in the drama program down here, our swimmers, our brothers and sisters from other locals who've come and supported us today. We greatly appreciate that as well. I don't have teleprompters, so bear with me.
Write it on your hand.
Today, as we all know, millions of Americans are going to file their tax returns. And let's be honest, it's not the happiest of days. But we also need to be mindful of what Justice Oliver Wendell Holmes once said. Taxes are the price we pay for a civilized society. Taxes are the price we pay to live in the greatest state and the greatest nation in the world. We pay them to educate our children, to keep us safe, to provide the basic infrastructure and basic services we all depend on for quality of life. Clean parks, good libraries, and basic social safety net services. But the Golden State has lost some of its glimmer. And while we here are paying our fair share, there are thousands of mega millionaires and large corporations that are getting a free ride. In fact, more than 2,000 households in California that make $200,000 or more a year pay no state income tax whatsoever. At the federal level, reports show that 2/3 of corporations don't pay corporate income taxes. And even some rich folks who do owe taxes refuse to pay them.
That I do.
Tax deadbeats like Carl Hamill of Elk Grove, who owns a business that receives a government contract paid by us, the taxpayers. He owes more than $400,000 in taxes, according to the Franchise Tax Board. Shame on you, Mr. Hamill. Our state is in a fiscal straitjacket. Here in Galt, we are looking at cutting the high school drama program. We're looking at cutting German. We're looking at cutting wood shop and auto shop. We are asking our kids to pay for tax cuts for billionaires. This is immoral, and that is why we are presenting This is California's Bill of Rights. We need to end corporate welfare, not high school drama programs. With that said, I would like to introduce our first speaker. We have a short program today that I think you're going to get a lot out of today. And our first speaker is Carl Kummerly, one of the students here at Galt High School who's been impacted by these budget cuts. Carl.
Hello. Hello. My name is Carl Kummerle. I'm a senior here at Galt High School, soon to graduate. And I'd like to call your attention to something that's been troubling me for some time. I have a friend living here in Galt who is 99 years old. His 100th birthday is approaching. My friend's life is sustained by money from the state. My friend is an educator. He has spent decades upon decades instructing pupils, bettering lives, and looking out for his community. There is no doubt that he has always done his best to bring what he can to the small community of Galt. Sadly, the state of California has decided to stop providing care to my friend. The way it looks now, my friend won't make it to his 100th birthday. Now, my friend is not a person. My friend is a program. It's the theater program at Galt High School. And after 99 years, it faces termination due to a lack of funds in the budget. This is not the only program hanging over a cliff. Auto shop, wood shop, German are all facing elimination. And it pains me to see the detrimental effect the lack of funds is having on our school. In addition to the severe shortage of supplies we faced in years past, this year we face losing several programs and teachers. I'm asking the state of California to provide life support to our programs just as they do for dying persons.
Thank you, Carl. The next speaker is a graduate of Galt High School, a remarkable young man, and he is going to tell us about how the drama program impacted his life, and he is trying to attend college, and he's probably going to tell us about what's happening at that level as well. I'd like to introduce Mark McMillan.
Thank you. When elected leaders look at paperwork and statistics, they see the performing arts as another isolated expenditure, ornamentation, as it were, on the core programs in education. Yet I challenge Sacramento to consider the purpose of teaching language without teaching how to express it. There is a reason for the inclusion of classic plays in English textbooks, and there is a reason why many teachers here offer extra credit to students who attend the productions put on by our drama department. I challenge our policymakers to find one student who would rather read a play from a book than see it in action, or who would comprehend it nearly as well without seeing it unfold with his own eyes. I couldn't possibly tell you how many juniors confided in me that they understood and retained far more information from the autumn 2009 production of The Crucible than they could have from simply reading it in class. I challenge Governor Schwarzenegger and the legislature to take a hard look at what the state of California's educational system has become, and where it will be once our schools can no longer afford to maintain arts programs. It isn't the students alone who benefit from these programs, however. The GHS LRHS Theater is the only source of theater in the Galt area. It has taken me a while to understand what our program gives to the community, but the revelation was startling. I was awed when last fall a production of A Midsummer Night's Dream made Shakespeare fresh, accessible, and entertaining not only to adults, but also to children in elementary school. So I leave the officials in our community and state with these words, and with my insistent appeal that they let this small but precious gem remain a living treasure in the hearts of those who love it, and a beautiful reward to those who would discover it. Thank you.
Thank you, Mark. Our next speaker is Alice Henderson. She's a food service worker at Lake Canyon Elementary School.
Good afternoon, brothers and sisters. I've worked with the Galt Joint Union School District for 18 years. State budget cuts have forced the school board to lay off 2 custodians. Our custodians work hard and take pride in their work, but they're being stretched so thin they no longer can keep the schools as clean as we all would like. The school board is talking about cutting librarians and transportation.